Hey everyone, welcome to On the Rocks. I'm your trail guide, Claudia Faust. Every week I'll take you on a new adventure as I check hikes, waterfalls, and other outdoor activities off of my Arizona bucket list. Today we're climbing Picacho Peak. With over 2,000 feet of elevation gain, Picacho Peak is a 2.7-mile hike that'll test your limits. Picacho Peak is definitely more of a challenging trail, not for the lighthearted. I brought my gloves just in case. There's a lot of cables, some switchbacks, but this trail is so much fun. You're not in it for the views, you're in it for the challenge. All right, let's head up. From the get-go, get ready for a good workout. The first stretch is all incline and you come across cables really soon and some small scrambles, my favorite. The whole first stretch before the saddle is heading straight up towards the steep cliffs. Nice little break here. One amazing perk that Picacho Peak offers, somehow you always have shade right when you need it. Because the cliffs have some cave-like formations, you find coverage several times throughout the hike. The first challenging part of this hike is complete. 2 more to go. Now that we've worked so hard to get up to the saddle, it's time to head pretty much straight back down. Without the cables, this part would be far too steep to conquer. Something about the cables makes everything so much more thrilling, and I know my fellow adrenaline junkies will agree. There is something so fulfilling about a hike that challenges you. Even though I've done this hike once before, the challenge is the same. For a good portion of the hike, you're walking along some fairly steep cliffs, but there's always either a wide trail or fencing to add a layer of protection. If you're afraid of heights, you probably didn't make it to this point, but this is where the real fun begins. The first time I saw this part of the hike, I couldn't contain my excitement. It's steep, it's a scramble, and it is so fun. From this point on, you will come across some completely vertical sections, but trust me, these cables are sturdy as can be and are very reliable. I'm telling you, this is worth the drive from the valley no matter where you are. Picacho Peak isn't for everyone, but I did see people of all ages having a blast on the way to the peak. We're almost there. At this point, you're just a few more cables away. You hit one last incline, that's an easy scramble, and then you rejoice. You made it. Oh, snack time. There may not be a more joyful feeling in the world than summiting a hike. The second most challenging part of the hike is done. Got a little surprise again at the peak. We've got a book 1 and book 2. So we'll sign our names, enjoy some snacks, enjoy the view, and then get our butts kicked back on the way down. After signing the book, I downed a good amount of beef jerky, gummies for a little sugar boost, and some plantain chips to energize myself for the hike back. Usually leaving the peak is the worst part, but in this case you get to experience Picacho Peak backwards, literally. What goes down must go back up, and we must go back up. And that makes for the third and most difficult part of the hike. However steep you think this looks, it's more steep than that. It actually takes a decent amount of arm strength to head back up to the saddle, and yes, your legs will be toast. But if you're like me, the burn is so rewarding. Now I get to put the gloves away because it's all downhill from here. 2.5 hours later, I can tell you that this hike is such a mood booster. It's so much fun and you always feel so accomplished when you get back to your car. I've earned myself some Chipotle, so I'll see you next time on the rocks.